Assume you are now conversing with your friends. At some point, someone will bring up cryptocurrency in this debate. Today, I will address the fact that everyone wants to talk about cryptocurrencies but nobody knows how they work. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Invest Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about cryptocurrency, full course for beginners 2022. If you are new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. The global monetary system has played an important role in human history. The bartering system is existed throughout the time of the caveman. The barter system involves the exchange of goods and services. We are now in a situation where a caveman exchanged 7 peaches for apples. Due to these glaring flaws, the barter system was discontinued. It is one of these flaws when people's needs coincide. If you had 5 peaches and your buddy had 5 apples, you would want some of his apples. Your friend will not be willing to exchange peaches with you unless he has an immediate need for them. As there is no standardized unit of measurement that can be used to identify the value of a commodity, there is no standard measure of value. There is a difficulty when you must decide how many peaches you are prepared to swap for an apple or an orange. Not all code can be divided into smaller subsets. If the things cannot be transferred easily, you might, for example, disassemble a live animal into several smaller parts. In contrast to modern currency, which can be carried in a wallet or on a mobile device, you cannot carry your possessions with you wherever you go. Once it was discovered how well the barter system worked, a few modifications were made to the money. Around 110 BCE, the first legal tender was formed about 250 AD. The gold-plated coins of Florence started to circulate across Europe. Between 1680 and 1980, paper currency grew in popularity and was used globally. This is the history of the development of modern currency as we know it. Credit cards, digital wallets, and paper currency are all contemporary kinds of currency. As an example, you have Apple Pay, Amazon Pay, DM Pay, PayPal, etc. Governments and banks were in command of everything. This suggests that the present operation of paper currency and credit cards has preset by a centralized regulatory agency. Consider making a purchase online. You are thanking your friend for paying the expense for your supper and pledging to deposit the money into their account. Despite the fact that this transaction was performed smoothly, there were many possible issues. There might have been a technical issue at the bank. It is conceivable, for instance, that the system's equipment and other devices were not functioning properly. Consequently, the bank is a single point of failure. The accounts of the users may have been hacked due to a DDoS attack, identity theft, or exceeding their account's transfers limits. Therefore, cryptocurrencies are the future form of currency. Imagine a future exchange between two parties. One of them has the Bitcoin app and the notification prompts them to confirm that they are prepared to transmit 5 Bitcoins. If so, then processing occurs here. Among other things, we are verifying the user's identities and ensuring they have sufficient cash to execute the transaction. At the point, the funds are transmitted and received. It truly is that simple, and the whole process takes just a few minutes. As a consequence, there are no limitations on the amount of money you may move. Your accounts cannot be hacked, and there is no single point of failure as of 2018. There are already over 1,600 cryptocurrencies on the market. Every day, a new cryptocurrency develops, including well-known ones such as the Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Zcash. Given the kind of development they are now enjoying, there is a significant possibility that there will be even more growth in the coming years. What are cryptocurrencies exactly? A cryptocurrency is a kind of digital or virtual currency that is used as a medium of exchange. Now, despite the absence of a physical form, cryptocurrencies are quite similar to regular money. In order to work as it does, it also employs cryptography. There is a maximum number of units that may exist for cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. This is limited to 21 million units. After this, no more Bitcoins will be generated. Now, the transfer of money is easily verifiable. Bitcoin's hashing mechanisms make it simple for users to determine if a transaction is legitimate or not. They operate independently from banks and regulating bodies. They work autonomously. Once a few conditions have been met, further units may be added. In the case of Bitcoin, for instance, the miner will not get compensation until a block has been uploaded to the network. Only via this process may new Bitcoins be generated. What is so distinctive about cryptocurrencies? Initial transaction costs are negligible to non-existent. If you use a digital wallet, you understand that there may be some loss of money during the transfer of funds from your wallet to your bank account. You will always have access to funds. At 3 in the morning, you cannot just go into your bank and request a withdrawal. There are no limits on buying in Madras. Anyone is welcome to enjoy this liberty. When utilizing cryptocurrency, you must submit the necessary paperwork and documents, similar to when creating a bank account. Everything is preventable. The rate of international transactions using cryptocurrency rather than wire transfers, which may take up to half a day, money can be transferred between places fast. What's the crypto in cryptocurrencies? Crypto, sometimes known as cryptography, is a technique that uses encryption and decryption to protect communication when third parties with malicious intent are present. This now refers to outside parties that want to intercept your discussion or steal your data. Bitcoin employs the hashing method SHA-256, which is a kind of computing algorithm. A user may have a private key, which serves as the user's digital signature and is kept secret, and a public key, which functions as the user's digital identity and is shared with everyone. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Today, we will focus on two of the most prominent cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ether. A digital currency that is decentralized and based on blockchain technology is Bitcoin. Over a peer-to-peer network, transactions are carried out. Let's talk Ether. On the Ethereum network, Ether is an acceptable form of payment. Using blockchain technology, the Ethereum network has made an open-source framework for making and running decentralized apps. Let's now explore Bitcoin and Ether's similarities. They are now the most valuable and valuable cryptocurrencies available. Both use blockchain technology, which is simply a way of adding transactions to a unit of data called a block and constructing a chain of blocks that prohibits data from being altered. Before a block can be added to the blockchain, a procedure known as a proof of work is employed to generate money by solving a mathematical problem. Lastly, they are widely used around the world. Let's now examine the differences. Similar to how real currency is used, Bitcoin may be used to send money to other individuals. Ether is used as currency on the Ethereum network, but and it may also be used for ordinary transactions. Due to the manual nature of Bitcoin transactions, you must spend your own Ether to complete them. These transactions may be configured to be manual, automatic, or programmed, meaning they will only take place under certain conditions. The Bitcoin transaction time is 10 minutes, which is also the time required to add a block to the blockchain. Ether transactions take around 20 seconds to complete. Ether powers both the Ethereum network and actual transactions, which require Ether to power the blockchain. Both of these things are powered by Ether, which is used as a fuel in the Ethereum network. Now let's examine an example Bitcoin transaction. The transactional data is shown first. This describes, among other things, to whom and how many Bitcoins you desire to send. Then, a hashing approach is used. Bitcoin uses the SHA-256 algorithm. The output is signed using the user's private key and the signature algorithm. This is used to uniquely identify the user. This output is then made accessible to all network participants for verification. Using the sender's public key, this is accomplished. The transaction is validated by people who assess whether or not it is authentic. When this is complete, the transaction and several others are put on the blockchain, where they cannot be altered again. I think the SHA-256 algorithm is smart because it seems reasonable to say that the encryption is hard to break. What does the future hold for cryptocurrencies? Regarding cryptocurrencies, the world is starkly divided. Bill Gates, Al Gore, and Richard Branson are among those who feel that cryptocurrencies are preferable to conventional currencies. On the other hand, some, like Warren Buffett, are adamantly opposed to it. Paul Krugman and Richard Skiller, both Nobel laureates in economics, refer to it as a Ponzi scheme and a possible weapon for criminals. Since several cryptocurrencies have been linked to terrorist operations, regulations and anonymity will be incompatible. Governments would control the functioning of virtual currency. In contrast, the primary objective of cryptocurrencies is to preserve the anonymity of their users. By 2030, a significant section of the world will accept cryptocurrencies as a mode of payment, and they will represent 25% of all national currencies. It will continue to be a volatile market, which means that prices will go up and down like they have for the past few years, and companies and consumers will be able to handle it more and more. We've reached the end of another video, and thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye!